Mr. Pav Bamber here for PSB Sports. I'm at Wembley Stadium here today to announce Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko super fight here at Wembley Stadium. With me, promoter of the fight, Eddie Hearn returns. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm good. I'm very tired. You might not get the full mojo today.
Is that because you were out in Miami?
Yes, just got back this morning. So
how was that?
Yeah, it was good, really good. Yeah, huge names there, obviously, and it's good. It's good.
Eddie, firstly, one place and one place only to start. Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko. I mean, I walked out there pitch side.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's goosebumps. It's
goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Everything starts flooding back from 2014. Just remember, obviously, a great night, George Groves against Carl Froch, and we're looking to emulate that. We're looking to go one better or 10,000 better, and I'm excited by the fight. It's a unification fight in the heavyweight division between, I think, the biggest star in world boxing right now and the current heavyweight champion of the world against a legend of the heavyweight division in Vladimir Klitschko, who spoke very well, was very convincing, and I think this is a much tougher fight than I did this morning.
Notably, as I noticed that when Vladimir Klitschko went out, he looked around, he said to himself, wow, I'm fighting here.
Yeah.
And
well, he's motivated,
yeah.
And that's what it shows you. He doesn't need the money. So he's not here to pick up a paycheck, he's here to come and regain his titles. And he believes he can do it. He thinks this is too early for Anthony Joshua. And it might be, but that's what's exciting about it.
After Fury beat Klitschko, I think Klitschko was being touted as opponent for Joshua. Even after that, people were saying Klitschko doesn't look what he used to be. Maybe Joshua should fight him now. Even I think you at the time said Klitschko don't look himself. In that Fury fight. So what different Klitschko do you think you're going to get now compared to then?
You get a motivated one. Sometimes you can get sloppy. Sometimes you can get lazy, demotivated. You can be in fights you don't really want to be in. I don't think he wanted to be in that fight. I don't think he wanted to be around Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury did very, very well. Joshua won't run around the ring and try and nick this fight. He'll stand in front of him and try and knock him out. And that's dangerous. And that's why it'll be a very exciting fight.
Bearing in mind, Ante only fought on Saturday. It's only been 4 days literally. What's his current mindset at the moment?
Good, he's relaxed. Had a good night on Saturday night. He's going to have probably, all of this December off and then most of January.
Yep.
And then, he's going to be ready to start training camp again, ready for this fight.
In particular, his last three, I believe, opponents have been American. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with your Showtime Sports deal, it kind of makes sense to keep it in the American market with American fighters. This time, obviously, your fighter's not American, so I'm sure you won't have a problem selling this one to the American public on Showtime.
No, they, Showtime, HBO, they all want this fight. So, we've got to go out there and put on a great show. And this is going to be broadcast all around the world, of course, RTL as well. Huge interest from not just sponsors but international broadcasters all over the world. Absolutely.
Eddie, can you also speak to me a bit about pretty much I just looked on Twitter now, Amir Khan and Kell Brook are both trending on Twitter. And I saw an article saying Eddie Hearn saying you're actually in talks with Team Khan about a potential 2070 fight. What's the status on this, Eddie?
Just having chats with Asif Valley. I saw Amir in Miami on Monday night. I think he wants the fight. I think it's the first time he started calling the fight on social media. And I think it's a huge fight, so we'll work quietly behind the doors and see if it can be done.
I mean, they're hoping for that to happen in the in the first 6 months.
May, something like that. I think Kel's coming back from injury. No, I think we might take that one up north.
Okay.
So
venues, what were you thinking?
Somewhere around Manchester, maybe.
Okay.
But we've got the Hay Bellew fight March the 4th in London. We've got this on April the 29th, so might be time to take one up north.
Speaking of Hay Bellew, they are pretty much ringside together on Manchester.
Bickering.
Yeah, I mean, how was that? I mean, was there any verbals back and forth?
Forward, yeah, but it's just let them get on with it, and then we'll meet for another press conference soon.
Situation with Dillian White, obviously, what happened last week. Everything fine now with him. He's won the fight.
And it was a good fight. I had the fight a draw, I think, and he had a go at me because he said he definitely won the fight. But I'd like to see the rematch. I think it's a big fight, and it was a fantastic fight. Yeah,
speaking of the rematch, when's that on the cards potentially, Eddie?
I think they need a good rest.
Okay.
And then maybe May or June.
Chris Eubank Jr. as well yesterday. I have to ask you, obviously, you always get slated for putting stuff on box office and pay-per-view. Now, obviously, our ITV box office has been launched against, Quinlan, fighting for the IBO World title. First of all, your initial reaction when you actually saw this, Eddie?
Who the fuck is that guy? That's what I thought.
Eddie's McGregor impression.
I'm not not going to start slating it, but it's very poor, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't buy that in a million years, unless it's just got an unbelievable undercard, which I can't imagine it will. But I don't really understand it, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens, see how many buys it does.
Yeah, I mean, what do you make of the opponent as well?
If it was a Saturday night fight night on Sky, I'd get slated for that fight as a main event, and it's on pay-per-view. He's 11-1, never boxed out of Australia. So strange one.
Fair enough. Announcement of shows in early 2017 before Hey Bellew.
Yeah, I mean, looking to do something. Obviously, we've got the Gale Jack, January the 14th. Looking to do one in February. Then we've got March 4th, Hey Bellew. March 25th, looks like Crolla and Ares rematch and Quigg. April will be Burns returning, also Cleverly Bramer rematch as well. So just getting everything in order.
When do you expect those to be announced by any chance?
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week,
Yeah.
okay. Fair enough. And, you know, looking back, I remember you retweeting a photo on Twitter the other day of all the fight cards you've had so far in 2016. You managed to get Frampton Quigg done.
Yep.
Yeah, you managed to get Joshua out 3 times. Hey Bellew's being announced, but obviously, yeah, Golovkin, but that's obviously back in September, and you got Hey Bellew announced for next year as well.
And Klitschko Joshua.
So anyway, how would you assess the year, you know, in general for yourself?
Good. People talk about 2016 being a bad year for boxing. I think it was a great year for boxing, but you know, we've got to keep raising the bar and start making some big fights now for 2017.
Absolutely. Hopefully, plenty of announcements coming soon. Have a good Christmas if I don't see you before then. Thanks all for your support so far this year, and hopefully see you very soon.
Thanks a lot.